Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. And today we're going to be checking out something really special, okay? So make sure you stay to the end because this is literally crazy. The disclosure team is busy and disclosure is happening.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
However, there have been a certain percentage of this volume of reports that have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible things. 2, 1, 0, all engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
But other sightings apparently were taken more seriously.
And one in particular, an incident called the Rendlesham Forest Incident, also known as Britain's Roswell. This was in 1980, shortly after Christmas, when a few American airmen who were stationed in the UK reported seeing a UFO.
A huge, solid, diamond-shaped object they described as 100 foot long, hovering silently in the sky above them.
There is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone, whatever that means.
American public and global public finally understands UFOs are real. This is a technology that is so far beyond anything that we have.
Reportedly appear to exhibit unusual flight characteristics, appear to demonstrate advanced technology.
ARROW is the culmination of decades of DoD, intelligence community, and congressionally directed efforts to successfully resolve UAP encountered first and foremost by U.S. military.
Let me know what you guys think. Is disclosure coming? I don't know, but that is such a well edited video. Holy shit. Mad props to whoever did that. And it's summing up all of these important events, declassified documents. I can't wait to see what the disclosure team will release next. Please go subscribe to their YouTube channel, link in the description. Really high quality work.
Experiences and information. So the way how kind of we also interact is that they are leading a project, a crash retrieval program. So I promised to help them by setting up this web page on the VASCO website where we simply assemble if someone has seen a crashed UFO. Please go to the website of the ECR initiative or directly to the VASCO webpage, and you can report, yes, it crashed in my village 3 years ago, and there is still a piece of the UFO is still lying there. Please come and take it. So
yeah. So have you had any people report anything exciting yet?
yes, but I cannot say more about that.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to keep an eye out for any information that you do release through that initiative. So I'll make
Transient, some kind of short-lived transient event that flared up briefly in, let's say, during one exposure time, during a few minutes, and then they vanished. So these things have been really weird. And we found some really exciting examples where you can see 9 of them appearing and vanishing in a small image.
If anyone knows anything more about this phenomenon, please let me know. It would be interesting to read about that. Yeah, goddamn.
At the same time or within one exposure time, let's say within 15 minutes. Then we found more of these examples. And we were trying to, like, hey, what is creating this? What is actually causing this? And we've been wondering about everything, and we have excluded a lot of explanations, and like all astrophysical explanations are out. And then what we are left with, that it's some kind of errors on the place that we just haven't managed to pinpoint versus that we actually are seeing some object that flash up and very shortly, very briefly, some astronomical, or let's say some probably artificial object. The problem is that these images are from before Sputnik, before the first human satellites. So if we are seeing these things that are blinking very briefly, let's say, that behave like satellites or look like satellites in photographic plates.
So this reminds me a lot about Three-Body Problem, show that it was. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. Let me know, anyone else?
They're not going to be human. Now, that is what brought me to this UFO topic, the finding of these interesting events. And it's a very fun thing to examine, and we are still working on it. We are all the time trying to solve small little puzzles along the way. We found recently, or my colleague Enrique Solano found this beautiful example of 3 vanishing objects. They're there on the 19th of July 1952, and then they vanish again, and you never see them again. And the funny part about them is that they coincide in time with the Washington 1952 UFO flap. Even more funny is the Wikipedia thing about it, because some people put that thing inside Wikipedia for the Washington 1952 flap, and then you see the material going in and out, in and out. It's like transient. So on the webpage. So
wow, that's incredible. I mean, what would you say the main challenges are in detecting kind of extraterrestrial intelligence using optical sort of signals?
I would actually say funding, because in order to do a really good experiment, you're going to need more of more than one telescope.
Very true. Yes, I like the way you're looking at that. Because, I mean, for me, it always seems I struggle to understand that somebody who's looking for extraterrestrial intelligence, that it could actually be here on our doorstep, or could have been here for many years, and they're just not willing to entertain the idea. I can understand if they're scientists and they're data driven, but even to just completely...
No, there's almost like this, like a paper is only serious as long as it gets negative results. However, if you have the opposite, if you need to disprove a paper that has some kind of signs of signs for that ET is here, then you don't need that extraordinary result. You can have a weak statistical thing, and the paper will still maybe go into review. So it's even difficult to get papers on the topic of UFOs into review into a journal. I mean, it's too much of like human behavior that has polluted the research right now.
No, I think that's that. I mean, that would be fantastic to have something tangible and physical to be able to study would certainly, progress the research. So I agree, that would be wonderful.
And intact. That it's intact.
Yes.
Not a crash probe, but an intact probe. It would be so different. So
yeah, it begs the question: how do they maneuver? What propulsion system would they? I mean, it opens up so many questions for research.
I imagine now you do this very expensive mission to pick it up. You go there, and at 2 meters distance, the probe just looks at you and says, "Okay, thank you, bye bye."
Yeah.
And there we have a new problem.
Yeah, just zips away. Wow. I believe she is currently looking at photographic plates from the Palomar Observatory. Does she plan at looking at other plates from other observatories?
Yes, with time, because even the stuff we're doing now takes a lot of computing time. So hopefully we will manage more different observatories as well.
And what would you be looking at for the same kind of objects or the same things from these different observatories to kind of cross-reference the data? Is that what it does?
Well, it's unlikely that they were watching the same part of the sky at the same time. Right. So it's not going to happen. But I think Harvard has a very nice plate collection. So maybe we will, once we're done with the Palomar plates, we might move there and have a look at what remains of it. But also there's this Maria Mitchell Observatory that has a plate collection that is much smaller, but that is interesting. So I think these are possibilities. The Vatican has a plate collection. Lick Observatory has a plate collection. So there are plenty of different plate collections.
So what do you guys think about this plates story and this metamaterial type talk? And yeah, god damn, this is pretty crazy. The Pope Vatican was name dropped. If anyone knows more about this or knows about specifics to these materials, please speak up.
It's just that for every type of photographic plate, you need to do quite a lot of calibrations, and it's a lot of preparatory work. So you don't just take a plate from a different observatory and analyze it like that, because you need to do a lot of this preparation work before. So far we are with the Palomar, but later we will probably switch because there is more information we can get.
Right. I understand. That's great. So, I mean, obviously it's, you've got a lot of different things going on at the moment. What can we sort of expect to see from you on all of those projects in the coming months?
That's a good question. So I hope that we will have some new results with the photographic plates that we're working on right now. We're addressing some questions from other astronomers, and we are also, I want to explore more the Washington 1952 potential correlation with this flap. Maybe it was a coincidence, maybe it is a correlation, and I want to know if I can find out which of the two alternatives is true. And of course, my main project is nowadays EXOPROBE. And I hope we will be able to have first light with a telescope soon. It's a long process to buy a telescope, I've learned, if you do it through a university. Very slow process. So I think what we'll see is hopefully updates on how that is going with the new EXOPROBE.
That's wonderful. Any plans with the Sol Foundation at all?
We'll talk about it at a different point. Not right.
So let me know what you guys thought about the video today. If you enjoyed it, if it was good, make sure to subscribe, notifications on. A lot of you are not subscribed, so make sure to do so. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.